All right, let's talk about something that's probably draining your wallet without you even realizing it. I'm talking about subscriptions. You know, they promise all this amazing convenience, but what's the real cost? We're going to get right into it. So, I want you to do something for me. Just for a second, pause and think, how much do you really spend on subscriptions every month? I mean, everything: streaming, apps, that software you use once a year, maybe a meal kit or two. You got a number? Okay, hold that thought. Because I'm willing to bet you're probably way off. Check this out. The average person, they're spending about $273 a month, every single month. That's what, over 3 grand a year just vanishing from your bank account? When you see that number staring back at you, it's kind of shocking, right? But here's the really wild part. It's not just the amount of money, it's that we have no clue we're spending it. A recent study found most of us, and I mean most of us, underestimate how much we're spending by 100% or even more. That, my friends, is what we call subscription creep. It's this massive blind spot in our finances, and it just keeps growing. And you know that feeling, that little bit of stress when you see another $9.99 charge pop up on your statement? That feeling of trying to mentally juggle all these different services you're paying for? Well, there's a name for it. It's called subscription fatigue. It's a real thing, and it's exhausting. Okay, so if we know this is a problem, why is it so ridiculously hard to just hit cancel? I mean, it should be simple, right? Well, let's get into the psychology of this trap, because it turns out it's not an accident. Companies know exactly what they're doing. You know, when you look at it, the whole subscription thing seems pretty simple. A company gives you a service, you pay them. Easy. But that's just the surface. Underneath, the whole system is engineered. It's designed to be super, super easy to sign up for and a real pain to leave. They're using our own brain's little quirks against us to keep us hooked. So first up, we've got something called status quo bias. And let's be honest, our brains are kind of lazy. They love the default option, the path of least resistance. Canceling something, that takes a decision, it takes action. But doing nothing, that takes zero effort. And guess what the default is? Yep, to just keep on paying. And you've probably heard this voice in your own head. It sounds something like this. I've just gotten used to having it. See? It's not like you're passionately in love with the service. It's just inertia. It's become part of the background noise of your life, and the thought of changing that just feels like too much work. All right, next up is a big one: loss aversion. Here's how it works. Psychologically, the pain of losing something feels way, way stronger than the pleasure of gaining the exact same thing. So when you think about canceling a subscription, your brain doesn't go, ooh, I'm going to save $10. No, it screams, you're about to lose access. You're going to lose those playlists. You're going to lose that convenience. And this is what loss aversion sounds like in the wild. It's that little voice whispering, but I might need it again someday. That what if is so powerful. It keeps us paying for a gym we don't go to or a service we haven't touched in 6 months. The fear of some vague future need is stronger than the concrete reality of saving money today. And finally, we have the endowment effect. This one's a bit sneaky. Basically, the moment we feel like we own something, we start to overvalue it. It becomes more special to us just because it's ours. And this, right here, is the secret weapon behind every free trial. Think about it. A free trial isn't really about you trying out a service. It's about getting that service woven into the fabric of your life. You start making your playlists, you add shows to your watch list, you get used to having it there. So, by the time that trial is about to end, canceling doesn't feel like you're just avoiding a new expense. No, it feels like you're giving up something that already belongs to you. It feels like a loss. And look, this isn't just some pop psychology theory. When researchers actually studied this stuff, the numbers were staggering. On a 5-point scale, that fear of losing access, loss aversion, scored a whopping 4.1. And our tendency to just set it and forget it, that came in at a huge 3.9. The data is clear. These mental traps are incredibly powerful. Okay, so it sounds like our brains are basically wired to just keep paying, right? But here's the good news. We are not powerless. We can fight back. So let's pivot from talking about why this happens to how you can actually do something about it. It's time to conduct your own subscription audit. It's a really simple 3-step process. Step 1, hunt down everything you're paying for and make one single master list. Step 2, be ruthless and evaluate every single service on that list. And step 3, and this is the one where most people fail, you have to cancel right away, immediately. So where do you even start looking for these things? You got to put on your detective hat. First, pull up your bank and credit card statements. Go back at least 3, maybe even 6 months, and just scan for any of those little recurring charges. Next, your email inbox is a treasure trove. Go to the search bar and type in things like subscription confirmed or payment received. You'll be amazed what you find. And don't forget to check the subscription settings right on your phone. There are probably a few in-app purchases hiding in there you completely forgot about. Okay, once you have your master list, it's time to get tough. For every single thing on there, you have to ask yourself 2 very honest questions. Number 1, have I actually used this in the last month? And be real with yourself. Not could I use it, but did I? And number 2, is the value I'm getting from this truly worth the price? This is where you have to decide if that small joy is worth the hard-earned cash. And that really brings us to the whole point of this. The goal of this audit isn't to make you miserable or take away all the things you enjoy. Not at all. It's about taking back control. It's about reclaiming your power over your own money. Because here's the big shift we're aiming for, moving away from passive, set-it-and-forget-it spending and toward active, intentional choices. Every single dollar you spend on a subscription should be a deliberate decision. It should be part of your plan for your money, not just part of some company's business model. It's about you being in the driver's seat. I love this analogy. Think of all these unchecked subscriptions as termites in your financial house. You don't really see them day to day, right? They're hidden. But quietly, in the background, they are constantly eating away at your financial foundation. So I'm going to leave you with one final thought. Once you actually do this audit, once you trim all the fat, what are you going to do with that extra money you find? That extra 50, 100, maybe even $200 a month? Because right now, it's somebody else's profit. But it could be your vacation fund. It could be your safety net. It could be your future. The choice is totally up to you.